the best evidence that God created is His Word. You see, here's the problem. Too many of us are looking for that evidence to prove the Bible. It doesn't work that way. You use the Bible to understand the evidence. You use the Bible to understand the world that we live in. Because if you want to argue about the fish and the birds and the rocks, every time they find a new bird, a new fish, and a new rock, you're in an argument again. When you start from the one who's always been there, who told you what happened, you can know that God created. Do you know why? Because in the beginning, God created. For every house is built by some man, but he that built all things is God. His Word tells us, and you can trust it. And we know that it's true because Romans tells us that we're without excuse. You can use good things the wrong way. You ever thought about that? It's working, right? But let me ask you this. Do you want to be on it in a storm? I don't think so, because you're going to suck a lot of water, and that's not a good thing. Well, if you try to use the Bible as just a good book with good moral teachings and good values, it's the same thing. Because what we have is the Word of God. From creation, we can know the power of God. The heavens declare the glory of God. But you know what? There are millions of people that believe in monotheistic religions who believe in a creator who are going to hell because they haven't accepted Jesus Christ, who revealed himself as the creator, redeemer, sustainer. That's where it comes down to. Creation is amazing. It's wonderful. But only from the Word of God can you know the nature of God. That's why we live in this world where we see those ugly things of killing and suffering and tearing. Because we know God's nature from the beginning, what it was like in the beginning. That's not the way that it's always been. We know that when we look at the world today, we can't extrapolate back to know what it was like in the past. We have to understand that the one who's always been there, who told us what happened, who is God, gave us His revelation so that we can know what it's like. And so we can understand why we see beauty, but we see ugliness as well. The ugliness isn't God's fault. It's our fault. Our sin. Very important. Because you see, not only did God tell us that He created, but He also told us how He created, and we have to be able to accept God at His word. We have the true history book of the universe.